Texas roots, where my heart belongs, where my heart belongs. Take me back to South Texas roots.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today I'm going to be up on the scaffolding pretty much all morning trying to get this taping and floating note up on the and action. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. My name is Bob and I'll be the builder for today. I'm dressed like I work at Sherwin-Williams and still growing out the Mario mustache. But anyways, I'm going to be going up and down on the scaffolding about 3,000 times. I'm going to be working on taping and floating all the cracks up here on the ceiling, basically where they all meet. That's what the goal is. Had some good news on the side channel. You have to check it out at STR Talks if you're interested. If not, then you don't have to check it out. It's not that big of a deal. So anyways, I got my Spotify ready to start rocking and rolling. I'll be putting you guys down for time lapse while I'm up doing all the taping and floating. Hopefully it doesn't get too messy in here. That's why I'm wearing a white shirt and a white hat. In case some of it drips down on me, it's not gonna mess up my other clothes. So anyways, once again, I'm gonna try to tape and float all the cracks in the ceiling. That is the goal for today, or at least maybe from the beam over this way and then the walls back behind you over here. Maybe all that up there, not quite sure yet, but I'm not gonna tape and float the creases down where the wall and the ceiling meet, and then all the way across there, I'm not gonna do that either. All that will end up being trimmed out with some kind of wood. I don't know if I'm gonna do crown molding or what I'm gonna do up there, but if you see that stuff still existing at the end, now you know why. But other than that, I will get all these other cracks done. It's funny because I was initially thinking, I was like, maybe I could put some cross beams going down from the main beam going, I guess, from right there back down this way. I don't even know why I'm trying to explain that. I thought about doing extra beams, guys. That's all it is. But pretty funny because Jason texted me this morning at about 7 o'clock saying, hey, send me a picture of your ceiling. I got an idea, and when I sent it to him, he was like, oh, okay, never mind, because he was telling me that I should put some faux beams up there as well to cover up some of the seams, but it seems like there's not a lot of seams up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and just tape and float all that, and then at the end, when it's all done, I may still go in and add another beam or so, but for now, I'm just happy that I have that one going across here. I think that'd be more than enough in here. And then I explained to him in the bedroom I might end up doing a beam or two in there, so we'll have to see. But anyways, that's enough talking here at the beginning of the video. I'm sure most of you already have skipped through this portion and trying to see what the hell I did in today's video. So anyways, I'm gonna stop talking, put you guys down. Hope you guys enjoy my generic music while I get to listen to the good stuff, because I want to get paid and not get demonetized. So enjoy the video. Let's get to work. All right, guys, I had to pause Nirvana right now. I was rocking out to them while I was getting that done. I probably didn't do it correct, but it is up for now, the first coat. Like I said, I know there's all sorts of different techniques and stuff you can do, but whatever. I got all the way across there, up this seam. I don't know if I'm gonna work on that section next or go ahead and just do this seam across here. Trying to do it as slow as possible and as safe as possible, getting up and down. Very, very dirty. So I said I was wearing a white clothes. I have some of this paper you can put down on the floor, but a lot of it's just falling straight down the scaffolding. That's why I'm trying to line it up underneath. But there are some gaps. Some of the sheetrock is not completely even, so that's what you're gonna tape and float everything out. And then, like I said, the next coat, I'll go a little bit wider. I have I believe this one's 14 inches. Yeah, little taping knife, 14 inches wide. I'll go back with that one, do it wider, kind of like I did down there. That one still needs another coat as well, but just trying to get it little by little around here and try to make the least amount of mess as possible, but always having to scrape it, keep your tools clean as possible, and then I'm trying to get the right consistency on the mud so it goes on there a little bit easier. But I don't know, it shouldn't take too long for that to dry. Maybe by the time I get done with everything else, once it turns completely white, then it's dry, then I can go back. I see that there was one screw hole there that may need a little bit more mud in there. I think that one got sunk in a little bit, but overall it's going up. Let's see, that last clip was about 20 minutes. The one before that was about 15 minutes. So maybe between all the clips total, about 45 minutes worth of work for me to be able to get that little bit done. So just to give y'all a time frame on how slow I move, but hey, it's getting done. That's the thing. Not trying to teach anybody anything. I am a DIYer, and I'm just doing it to my best of my ability and the best of the knowledge that I have, which is poquito, muy poquito, very little. So anyways, if I can do it, once again, anybody can. I mean, shoot, I'm up there on one leg, hobbling along, just jamming out to my music, trying to get this stuff done. So once again, if I can do it, anybody else can do it. right, guys, so I got this half done for now. I'm gonna go ahead and let it dry. My ankle is starting to hurt a little bit, so I'm gonna try to not go on the other half yet. I'm gonna try to just work on this wall over here, try and get all those cracks done, and I would be happy if that's all I get done today, to be honest. I'm not gonna try to kill myself to get this stuff done all in one day. I know my body and I know how it works, so anyways, once again, got that half over there pretty much taped and floated. The first coat, once again, I gotta go back over again, and then once again, I'm gonna go in and try to get all these cracks. I'm not gonna do where the ceiling meets the wall. All that will have trim work on it, so not that much more to have to do. It does take a minute though for me to get up and down the scaffolding once again, but like I said, at the end of the day, as long as stuff is getting done, that's all I care about. And yeah, just a little bit of progress every day is progress, and that's all that matters. So anyways, I'm gonna put you guys back down. I'm gonna try to knock out this wall. Fingers crossed I don't fall off, get hurt, or anything else, and if I do, I'll definitely keep it on the video. So anyways, hope you guys enjoying the video so far. Let's get back to work. All right, well, I got what I wanted done for today as far as this half of the ceiling and this whole section of the wall. I didn't go around the door because that's gonna have a wood frame around it. Once again, I'm gonna have to go over everything twice. We gotta wait for everything to dry up. I think what I'll do is rest myself up, start this other half either later on today or maybe tomorrow morning, give my ankle and my knee and stuff a little bit of a break. But very, very proud that I was able to get up there and get that done. Doing drywall is not for everyone. Like I said, this is only really technically my second time to ever do drywall, and I think so far it's coming out all right. Like I said, it's not probably how everybody else does it, or I'm sure everybody does it differently, who knows. But at this point, like I said, it's up. It needs to dry. I need to reevaluate where I need to add more mud. I'll use the tool to be able to see any kind of gaps and stuff. There was a couple of extra screws that needed to be filled in on this side, which I went ahead and filled them in. This section's already starting to dry up a little bit, but yeah, you're looking at, once again, 12 feet to the peak up there. The scaffolding is probably up close to 6 feet tall. I don't like being up on ladders. I don't like being on scaffolding. Anything up high, I don't like doing, but at the end of the day, it's very rewarding looking back and seeing all the cracks and stuff starting to get filled in. Once again, along the wall and the ceiling, that'll be covered up with trim. And as you can see on this side over here, the cracks up there that need to be filled in, it was the same thing on this side, and now you can see it's getting covered in. So once again, very proud that I was able to get this done. Maybe tomorrow I'll have Matt come over and help out doing a little bit more of the screw holes, and then like I said, I'll try to finish up that half tomorrow, and then it'll be another day to go back over everything once again. It's a slow process. Unfortunately, it's not the best thing for YouTube when you're trying to get everything done and show a lot of progress on a video when it's kicking your butt in the process. But anyways, once again, comment down below, let me know what you guys think. And if I can do this, anybody can do it. Maybe that's the only thing you get out of the video. So I wouldn't really go by any techniques that I used. I'm just going by what I think is the way to do it. And like I said, there's a million ways to skin a cat. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching. Continue prayers for Dad. I need to go check on him and Mom today and see how they're doing. Typically, I'll go over in the morning and check in and see what they're doing. But I started real early on this, wanted to knock it out. Going to edit up the video. I'm going to head over, check on them. Once again, if you missed the good news on my side channel, STR Talk, go check it out if you want. I'm not going to pull your arm or make you do it. So anyways, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace. Bye, guys. Woo-wee. I need to take a break.
Take me back to South Texas roots, where my heart belongs, where my heart belongs.